She Vital, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkit. What up? Listen, y'all, I am using my headphones out here because it's going to be super loud, but I wanted to make sure y'all still can hear me because I have some work to do in the concrete garden. And amongst all of these things, there are some lives I need to resuscitate. There are some abundance happening, so I need to split it up, right? And I know that y'all are interested in Lakshmi altar, so I'm like, while I'm doing some of this work before I get to doing, just mainstream uh Lakshmi work and abundance and wealth and all of that, I'm like, all right, let's spend some time with each other. What up, y'all? So while I'm working, I just want to ask y'all a couple of questions and just see how your sadhanas are going, what kind of insights you are gaining from doing this work. I saw in some of the comments, you know what, I should have made a mental note, but shouts out to you, to those of you who changed your password and got an increase in your credit line. Shouts out to all of you who have taken certain things out of your diet since the solstice, certain things out of your personality, your attitude, the way you handle things, and you've been seeing a lot of increase in abundance of joy, prosperity, of those numbers going up on your assets. Because this is real. It's a beautiful energy. So everyone tap into the joy. Make sure you light up the chat with those yellow hearts, those money bags, and those lotus flowers. Okay? Okay. So first of all, there's not a tutorial on how to bring your plants back to life. A lot of my plants are alive, but I have some that have been neglected with all of the traveling and such. So it's, they're doing things like falling over and begging me to not let them all the way go. So take a good look at this right now. Take a good look, because when I'm done with her, y'all gonna get to see what she looks like when I bring her back to life. I have some from the past where we've worked in the garden together, and she's in there thriving. Okay, thriving and taking up space. But how have you all been doing with these? Like, if you're doing this work, you have to have been getting some serious downloads by now. Okay, serious downloads. And one of the things I wanted to share with you all was that due to the nature of Lakshmi, okay, being everywhere and in everything, the essence of all things. Let me get them lights up. Let me get them lights up. There are things that you're going to see and experience, and you might not know immediately, like, oh, wow, this came from me working with Lakshmi. And so I want to just draw some of those connections. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. All right. One of the what I just said in regards to Lakshmi being in all things, right? We're the reason why we have life on earth, the reason why things are thriving, the reason why we have parks, the reason why we have birds and they're singing and trees and the water and the things, right? Is because Lakshmi. Like, think about it. If it were not for magnetism on earth, even think about gravity. Gravity is creates this form of magnetism on earth. It draws us to the ground. Okay? But this magnetism that is experienced between all sentient beings, including these folks, right? It occurs because there's attraction there. It occurs because there's the multiplication of life, proliferation, the duplication, the expansion of all things life occur because of the essence of Lakshmi. And so you can look anywhere, you can be anywhere, and her energy is there. Now, the big to do is, well, if she's so present in everything, then why is it so hard for me to get her to come into my home, right? Why is it so hard to keep her energy in my home? Well, the truth about it is that it's not about having her just come into your home, because you can't limit what is everywhere. You can't limit her, right? She is in her essence, she's untouchable. Although she's in all these things that you can touch, she's untouchable. She is highly, highly, highly protected by this energy. That, think about it. If this energy is responsible for why we even have more than the one thing, why our cells have decided to split, right? Then clearly we want to protect that, or else life would end. Life would cease being. There would be no thing to draw us together to create more life. There will be no thing such as creativity to create these amazing ideas like our buildings and flower pots and forks and knives and bowls and computers and technology. Like, these are all manifestations, physical manifestations of the presence of Lakshmi. And so, in the work that you're doing, where you're building up this golden glow, this armor of gold around you, it literally is this purifying light to protect the aspect of yourself that is God. That makes sense? Like, this is the epitome of, I'm protecting my vibration. Like, I'm vibrating on such a high frequency, I'm protecting my vibration. Protecting your vibration lives in the essence of increasing your vibration. The vibration itself protects you. You see what I'm saying? The vibration itself protects you. So it's not even like something else you have to put on. In the working with it, in the glow of that energy, as much as it is very attractive, you ever, let me put it to you like this. This goes for both sexes, and it's wonderful for it to go for both sexes, because the way that Lakshmi exists is beyond the sexes. As much as we are focused on the Shakti power, right? She's so much the essence of what brings forth this attraction to bring things into material form beyond the sexes. So for the guys, when you come across this beautiful woman, right? And we're not talking about she's dolled up and she's baddie, like body banging or whatever. It's like she's all of that to us. There's this energy coming from this woman that it feels so intoxicating that in itself, it's a warning. It's a warning like, I need to give reverence. And you see it sometimes, right? There are times where there are times where I've been out in the world, or you've been out in the world, and I want you to note these moments where you're doing your thing, you're feeling really good, you've been really positive, been really generous from an overflow. And instead of someone jumping at you to embrace you, they bow and greet you and step back. And at the same time, are like, you look beautiful, goddess, empress. Your energy is intoxicating. But they won't come past that boundary. They won't come past it. You know why? Because the vibration itself is protecting you. The vibration itself has become so potent that that person is like they're placed in this position. Like the energy buckles their knees. So like if you're ever in one of our ceremonies and certain energies come down, the energy that I say is so strong where you feel like that centrifugal force where you're like, holy moly, I feel like I am clinging to the floor right now. This is how this energy protects you. This is how this energy shows up. It's not about whether Lakshmi is there or not. Even in her absence, there's a calling for her to exist. You know what her absence looks like? For those of you who want to be really certain about what's going on, right? The absence of Lakshmi is poverty. The absence of Lakshmi is evil. The absence of Lakshmi is sadness and depression. And what happens when those energies are present, her absence manifests those other things. Okay, so you're getting the opposite effect. You're getting Lakshmi. We're looking at the words A to negate Lakshmi, right? So you're getting the negative polarity. You're getting the opposite force. But what happens in those states of being? Can someone tell me in the chat while I loosen up some of this dirt and get another pot ready for my baby here? What happens? What happens when that's the situation? Hmm? Okay. I see someone said chaos. I can definitely see how chaos becomes a byproduct. Okay, so the chaos can lead to destructive chaos that has no purpose, right? And I talked about that in the past. Destructive chaos without any purpose, okay, means that now you're gonna have more evil present. Because chaos serves a purpose. If the chaos is not purposeful, the chaos itself becomes an evil. Okay, it becomes very toxic. All right. Let me see. Somebody said loss, loneliness, unprotected, unproductive. All right. So let's talk about the unprotected part. Which group of people experience being the least protected on the planet? Someone say it in the chat. I didn't think I needed to say it. Which group of people? Hmm? I see one in there. Yes, Black women and the indigenous people, us, right? What do you also see? Because this is where you all are doing super magic and the right kind of sorcery for your ultimate empowerment. And so I don't think we're always cognizant of how this thing works, right? Because, there's a lot of people that want to get on the bandwagon of like being focused on wealth is, that's the source of all evil. And you guys are worshiping money and money, 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 money. And you guys got it wrong. You need to be thinking about just all the other things. When there is no wealth, there is poverty. When there is poverty, there's no protection. And because there's no protection, there's more poverty, there's more evil, there's more hurt. Everybody knows that through their personal growth, their personal journey, that the moments they were feeling down, everybody wanted to come around because there was nothing about you or your story that told people like they might not be on the same level as you, right? There was nothing about your story that was like, yo, back up, I need my personal space. There was nothing about your energetic quality that said that you were a danger. Because the only danger about you was to yourself. And when you're a danger to yourself, that's when you realize that there is an aspect of this world, the facts, right? That when you're a danger to yourself, nobody else really cares as much. Not to put it so bluntly or, in such a harsh way, but when you are going through certain things and you actually are mentally a danger to yourself because you're ruminating and negative thinking, you're unable to get things done, you're lazy, you're not being productive, you're a danger to yourself, you're accumulating debt. You see what I'm saying? You become so unprotected because now not only are people who see that you're in this place, some of the most generous people are in that state of poverty. I'll tell you something. Years ago, okay? Years ago, when I was experiencing some of the worst poverty of my life, okay? There was nothing that I had that you could not have. You need a place to stay? I know that I'm busting my ass to try to pay this rent. But you can stay on my couch. You need a toothbrush? I got you a toothbrush. You're hungry? I'm gonna go get my food stamps. I'm gonna cook for everybody. I'm gonna feed your kids. I'm gonna feed my kids. I'm gonna feed the neighbors. Okay? Because what's happening is if there is an ounce of that light within yourself, that is your desperate charge to try and create, like you're pumping, you're churning, you're pumping, trying to find more light in those connections. You're trying to create, like it's like you're like in the car, right? And the battery is low and the gas is on it, and it's like you're trying to spark up that creative energy. And so like anything you can, you're just trying to create a vibe, right? But at the same time, the kind of people that show up, they kind of still in the same predicament. But if they don't have as much light as you and as much willpower as you, what they're gonna do is they're gonna come, they're gonna chill. They're gonna bring their energy. Y'all gonna be chilling. They're gonna bring the drinks. They're gonna bring the blunt. They're gonna bring whatever music, and y'all just gonna be like chilling, eating, rubbing, and for the moment, you're numb, right? When you're in that numb state, Here come those other energies jumping in there, jumping right in there. There's no protection for the ladies, the guys that you end up sleeping with, hanging out with, helping to feed and all that, right? That energy don't do nothing for you. It don't give you a promotion. It don't. It don't give you another access to more money. It doesn't. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like the pickings is just terrible. And for the guys who are in that energy, oh my gosh, whatever source of light that you have, it might become a baby that you're attached to someone who's not gonna be about anything to take care of it and to build with you at all, right? Listen. That energy is where you're least protected. And everyone who's existing in that space, they're not protected either. So as you're doing this work, right? The only reason why you're even gaining access to this work is because you've walked through the fire. You've walked through a particular fire that said, okay, there's a light in this being. There's a light inside of this person. And through this fire, I'm gonna ignite that light so that they can gain momentum. So it's like pouring gasoline on your fire. So what we mistake as like a negative situation is where all things get stripped away. All the things, all the people, whatever, it's like everything's gone. But in that moment, everything that's gone, right? It's like everything outside seems dark. But the brightest place for you to go to is inside of yourself. So I want us to culturally look at what it means to go get it out the mud. Pay attention. What is that process? Yes, the echo is speaking. What is the process of going to go get something out of the mud? What the fuck are you getting out of the mud? Pardon me. Shring. Cancel it. Cancel. What are you getting out the mud? I want you to make these connections because we say things, we create things from a place that is so ancient that is only through this work that we make the connections of how absolutely powerfully aligned and tapped in we are when we can at least like block out the distractions to focus on a science that has brought you here today. Like this science is not going to be available to everyone. It's here, it's free on the internet, but it's not going to show up on your algorithm if you just not want its time. Everybody put some stream in the chat if y'all had to do a little stream exorcism of your bad words. Everyone stream it up, stream it up, stream it up, stream it up. Put some stars, put some shiny, some stars, some yellow hearts and lotuses. Light up the chat, light up the chat. Yo, I know, I know. So here's what I noticed, and I wanna bring to your attention. Shri Lakshmi, that energy come from the mud. That energy comes from the mud. What were we talking about when we say we're gonna go get it out the mud? Most times, the I'm gonna go get it out the mud is you gonna go get yourself out of the mud. And during that time, you take your whole self, you lock in, and you spend as much time inside with whatever light you can find. That light is your inspiration. That light is your will to life. That light is your creativity. That light is whatever glimpse of hope you still have. But I promise you, for every single person who has done the lock-in and decided to ignore the Lakshmi that's on the outside of them, like this ain't mathing for what has been awoken in my mind's eye. I see something different from myself. I feel very, very separated from God in this moment. Okay? I need to go find God. It ain't out here. Because out here, I'm not protected. So whatever this God out in the sky that people are talking about that's supposed to be protecting me, it's not out here. I'm going inside. And so you go inside, right? Go inside. You lock in. And for all my crybabies, they have themselves a little cry session. Okay? Why is life not showing up the way that I want it to be? I'm trying so hard. Right? Tears all over your face. Right? Watering you. Watering yourself. And you stay inside. And the more that you stay inside, you go, okay, well, if I don't like the way things are going, and clearly, for some of y'all who's newly in this flex, clearly, my prayers are not nothing. I've been praying for the same thing for a long time. Damn it. Huh. I'm going to actually see what these mantras are going to do for me. Okay, because y'all can't hide. I know some of y'all are like, man, are these people for real? Are they really chanting these Indian words? I know they're not even using the word Sanskrit. These Indian words, I don't even know what the heck they talking about. And they getting these results. Some people like they been here, they left, they experience what I'm talking about, and they come back and they go, you know what, this time I'm actually about to really see what I'm capable of doing this work. Okay. And so there we have it. You go inside, and what's the first thing you need to do? Some of you, I see a lot of veterans in here. What's the first thing you need to do when you go inside? What's that first meditation? Everybody's first meditation. Let me see if y'all remember. It's one sound. It's one sound. It's the beginning and the end. Yes, a code GPS. Yes, VJ. All right, Naga Mystic, Aki. I am Marika. Level up in style. Katniss Zazar, Momi, Hakeem. Y'all know what's up. It's on. It's on, right? Starting with on. So everyone goes home to on. And then I'm trying to be nice to my money plant, y'all. Because she big. Lord, notice. Try not to hurt her. Try not to hurt her. I've had this, baby, for a long time. And I know she want to expand. I got to give her just a space to expand. She's making a mess. Making a mess. Alright, so everybody goes home to own. Thank you for sticking with me. I have to shift my attention to the star of my show at this moment. And through that time, it's only through those glimpses of light that people start to see. right? When you first start being consistent with the own meditations, you start seeing these orbs. You start seeing that even when your eyes are closed and you're sitting in the dark, there's light. And you become fascinated with this phenomena of this inner light. Press one in the chat if I'm telling the truth about your journey. You've been there, you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Then suddenly, it dawns on you, a certain situation occurred that you really wasn't feeling, and you kept on bypassing it. So you get to addressing how you really feel about it inside. You ain't calling your mama, you ain't calling your daddy, you're not calling your cousin who played you. You start talking very consistently to this part of yourself that is now giving you more courage to problem solve. Pardon all the noise, y'all. Let me know if the noise is too much for y'all. Cause I really just wanted to flow with you, so I'm doing my thing and talking, right? You start realizing, damn, there's a whole lot of stuff I done missed with myself. Like I need to address these things. So what happens through that awareness, where you start going inside, is that you start shining more light on the inside of yourself with your own light. Okay? And then through your alignment with this vibration, the higher lights, the light that is always present, but you ain't realize it. That light that was always there the whole time starts helping to illuminate your light. And things become crystal clear. And so you start cleaning up on the inside. Okay? You start cleaning up on the inside. Now you know with the Om meditation, you don't need a yantra really. You know what I'm saying? You can draw the Om symbol, you good to go. You get a one white candle and you good to go. You got your malas to keep count, you good to go. Hell, you could just decide to Om yourself for 30 minutes to an hour daily, you're good to go. But now as that light increases, then you may be drawn to working with a specific deity. Now, in this case, if you're going to be working with Lakshmi, now you're going to go from doing this internal sweep and increasing your light to cleaning up your external space. And everybody knows when you got your own place, especially when you have your own place, that whole everybody could come hang out after you done clean and scrub, deep clean, got the floorboards, you know what I'm saying? You done did the light switches, you went in the back of the closet, you done dusted the bookshelf, you took the books off the shelf, and let them same old folks talk about spinning the block to come hang out. You like, nah, it smells so good in here. I feel so focused. Mm-mm. Why? If you connecting the dots, why? Why have you now become more protective over your space? Like, you're not gonna bring your fried chicken clothes smelling like a pack of cigarettes and your funky toes over here because you don't take your shoes off every day and get some fresh air in them toes. Right. Because your vibration is up. Your vibration is up. And so your protection goes up. You start thinking about wanting to maintain now, maintain that upward energy that you're starting to feel, right? And as I'm sharing this with you, I'm catching a glow coming off of me. I don't know if y'all see it, but I love when I catch a nice little glow in my reflection. Right? As your vibration gets higher, the energy around you is also going to start to penetrate those thoughts that you are having. And when you start chanting to Lakshmi, that fire is going to start to burn away the negative thinking. And so it's not even about protecting your space. You don't think about protecting your space. You just are in that space of being more discerning. You see what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Katniss. You see what I'm saying? You just are. Like the energy around you just immediately, like when the phone rings, you already know. It's like before that phone rings, you already know. It's like you get this premonition of today, right before someone goes and calls you, you just make a commitment like, today I think I'm gonna fast. I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna just be on some me time, like my favorite rules and chill. And then comes a phone call. Hey, what's up? You wanna go to the movies? And you're like, I literally just made this commitment. I literally just made this commitment to myself. And that's where you get the test. That's where you get the test. You're like, how badly do I want to generate this wealth? I have now done so much work to pull myself out the mud. I feel like I'm about to get to that breakthrough. That is the moment. Okay? That is the moment where the lotus, imagine what the lotus experience is. I feel the warmth. I know that I have this light inside of me bursting out. I know something is shining up there. It's calling me. It's calling me out. And it's like, just as it's going to get to the top of the surface, you think that lotus don't experience a little bit of fatigue, a little bit. You think that lotus don't feel a little bit discouraged, like, dang it, those minerals in the soil is shining. I can see it, but that wasn't the surface. Keep going. You're a lotus. You're a lotus. And no, this is not for men or women. This is for both my guys and my women. Is it too much wind? Press 1 if the sound is okay. You're still able to hear me with all of the wind in the background. Right? So as you are going through this process and wondering, is Lakshmi going to come to my house? Ask yourself, is Lakshmi inside of my house? Which house are you talking about? The physical one on the external or the one on the inside? Is Lakshmi in me? What's the kinds of things that you're saying? Are you laughing more? Are you genuinely just feeling more carefree and protected? Are you genuinely noticing when you slip up and you say a bad word, but you don't even feel the negativity behind it? You feel the humor behind it. Like, oh, let me make sure I'm correcting myself, right? Because I'm going to talk to you about creating this altar for Lakshmi, but at the same time, I want, when you are preparing to go to the altar to Lakshmi, to remember that you can't give her anything she doesn't already have. It's impossible. She's in everything. So you're really going to experience a space focused on what it is like to be Lakshmi. And so when you go to set up your space, you know that the feeling in that space, before you place anything down, it should feel luxurious. For some of you, it's the sound of water, right? Like when I walk into a spa, if they have one of those open waterfalls on the wall, oh my gosh, I'm already in there. Because that flowing water gives me that sense of, yes, this is luxury. Okay? For those of you who love to dance, please put your bells on, put your coins on. The sounds of this coins making music, this is Lakshmi. I bet you couldn't put on your shimmy skirt or your bells around your ankles and frown. You can't do it. You just can't do it. Going into your space where you're creating a haven for this energy of Lakshmi, you want things to be fresh, right? You want things that are representing the epitome of this golden energy. So gold, absolutely. Yellow, absolutely. Bright citrines, yes. Canary yellow diamonds, sure. A beautiful, full blooming lotus, absolutely. For some of you who have the space, uh, having your lotus flowers and your Lakshmi shrine and altar together, magical. Magical. Talk about pulling up to the bank of life, the bank of joy, the bank of prosperity, the bank of beauty, the bank of ease and bliss. Because guess what? You're not going there to give her anything. It's in the building of her altar that she is already giving to you. And isn't that the nature of abundance? Do you see what I'm saying? And you go into the store to go and look for the shiny things, to go and buy the fresh flowers, to go and get the fresh yellow cloth, to go and get a fresh yellow or gold outfit. That exchange in itself is already, Lakshmi is giving to you. Lakshmi is rewarding you. And so now in chanting her mantras, you are saying thank you. And what we are grateful for, show our appreciation for, expands. It gets bigger. So before you start to build your altars, I want you to really spend some time thinking about what are some of these things naturally. I trust your intuition. What are some of the things naturally that create that feeling? There are smells, there's lotions, there's clothes, there's makeup, there's jewelry, there's certain flowers, there's pictures. Okay? So outside of your Lakshmi station, in your home, you may find that changing your curtains on the windows just gives you a whole nother level of bliss and peace. And the more that you interact with the things around you, right, as Lakshmi, is the more you realize she's always been there. And this is available to everyone who is going to tune in, who's going to do the sadhana, who's going to do the homework. It's available. I have nephews. Who is Country Paw? Who that is? Because if you don't tell me who you are in a second, you're going to get, oh, you got claps. Bye. Who that is? That makes sense, y'all? Let me get some ashe in the chat. I may need to put this money tree in the earth. It looks like it's glitching a little bit. Are y'all able to see me? Because my screen is it's like sparkling. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. All right. So we know the things. Now here's what I want to ask y'all. Do y'all want to watch me put together a Lakshmi shrine for you already in the house? Or do y'all want to come with me to go get supplies and, you know, kind of put together, I guess, I don't know what is it called. Put all the clips together of the different places and the things. How y'all want to do this? Press 1 in the chat if you want to have a live where I take you on a trip with me to go gather the things for Lakshmi Tantra. And press 2 in the chat if you want me to have all the things, point them out, and build it in front of you. I see a lot of ones in the chat. I see a lot of ones and twos popping up. All right. So the thing with going with me, I think what I'll have to do, because things are spread out, right? I will need to spend the day filming, and I promise to talk to y'all the whole time. Okay, I'll need to do some time filming, shopping, and then I'll have it all put together for you all to watch. And you all are gonna watch it, right? Because it'll be a pre-recorded. Y'all good? Y'all good with that? Okay. 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 Do you all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Because the next live I'm gonna do with y'all, I think I'm gonna go into how this relates to the Nagaloka. Anybody been getting that download? No. I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek, a little sneaky sneak. All right. Yes, Vishnu. Yes, the Vishnu. But my Nagas know that Vishnu has what? Jomo, don't fall for it. I told y'all. I told y'all. It's all right, Jomo. See, make sure your Nagas are in place. Continue your Naga mantras. Yes, Vishnu. Vishnu has a Naga, and his Naga has a wife. And Sesha's wife, Naga Lakshmi. Hey, who's y'all trying to see? There's a whole lot of swag in this tree. Listen, and the Nagas are energy. Pardon me. Y'all, I gotta run. I gotta take this call. But make sure that y'all light up the comment section of this video so it gets all of the likes, all of the views necessary. We're gonna continue to build. I love y'all. Sri Naga life, Sri Suktam life. Peace, love, and bliss, family. I gotta run.